Here, Mr. Dion, would like to do the presentation. Thank you.
Okay, at this time, we're going to go to the principal and introduce the staff and students of the month. We're going to start with Dr. Medina, high school.
Good evening, everyone. Good evening, my name is Dr. Perry Medina. Hello, everyone. We have actually co-student of the month this month. Our first student, who is a wonderful student in the DREAM program, maintains excellent academic achievement, and is also heavily invested in our film program. J-Love Moser Row High School. That's all. Yes, so we will be coming to her tomorrow. There is a wonderful student at Asbury High School, and we are, as with all the students tonight, very lucky to have her. All right. I'm very proud to introduce the next student, who is, as people say, a ray of sunshine, super enthusiastic, ready to get involved in school, and it is a true pleasure to be around. Our co-student of the month is Rashina Dorson. Is a wonderful asset to the high school community. She always has a smile on her face, a warm spirit, and I just had this conversation a little while ago. Anytime I'm having a down day, my trick is to make sure I interact a little more heavily with the students, and Regina is certainly one who brightens my day. So congratulations, young lady. All right, our next student is a student who multi-athlete, excellent academically, a true joy and pleasure to be around. It is with most of our students. This young man was I think one of the first students who formally introduced himself to me. He is someone I think who is going to go very far in life, both athletically and professionally. Our student athlete of the month is Israel Yeagas Diaz. This young man right here, big guy too. Big guy, I try not to stand too close, but he's truly a leader in the Asbury Park community. And although we are a small district, we are pretty powerful, and this young man represents the power of Asbury Park. right, so our staff of the month is not here, but I do want to say a few words on behalf of him. He's an excellent professional, someone who truly cares about what he does for students and what he does for his colleagues. He reached out to me on personal levels when he knew, I was going through a few things. Our staff of the month, who is extremely deserving of this recognition, is Mr. Flavin. He was to share with him what I wanted to say tonight. But again, the certainly we do this with the students, we do this with the community, but staff like Mr. Felix Flavian is a reminder of the quality teacher we have here in the district. And with teachers like him, we certainly are going to succeed.
Yes, sir.
And again, at this time, we call and Marker, okay.
Good evening. I stand before you, first of all, my name is Kenyon Montgomery. I am the principal of our middle school here in Asbury Park, and my first recognition will be Student of the Month. Ricardo Maurice has been selected as Student of the Month due to his exceptional commitment to academic excellence and personal growth. Throughout the past month, he has consistently demonstrated a strong work ethic. He submits his assignments on time and goes above and beyond the expectations of the classroom. What truly sets Ricardo apart is his resilience. He approaches complex problems with a can-do attitude and uses feedback to continually refine his skill set. His dedication to education is evident each day in the effort, and he focuses very well in the classroom each and every day. He is a great asset to his peers, and he is always willing to support their academic growth. It is truly a pleasure to have Ricardo as a part of our staff and celebrate him as Student of the Month. I know those business, and before I say his name, let me read what his coach wrote. It has been a pleasure to coach and teach Jeremiah over the last 2 years. He has been an integral part of the team's success. He is part of the cross-country team as well as the wrestling team with an attitude to help rebuild our middle school sports here at the middle school. He is very disciplined. He has a great work ethic. He's exceptional, well-developed in his skill set, and most importantly, he is a great team player. This year, he was captain of the boys cross-country team. He is a leader on and off the court. He stands as a positive influence for his teammates and his classmates. I have watched him work hard, encourage others, as well as strive for excellence on and off the field. Jeremiah is talented. He is a talented young man with incredible athletic ability, a great drive for his excellence and skills, unmatched sportsmanship, character, and always puts extra effort in everything he does. For this reason, I cannot imagine another person to receive the honor of Athlete of the Month. And I want to add this in. Not only is Jeremiah a spectacular athlete, he was one of the highest scorers on the NJSLA last year. I have to let him know that. He was very Lily's mom when I first took over the job as middle school. And she told me she was taking him out of the charter school to put him at the middle school to give us a chance. And at this time, I want to publicly thank the statement for allowing me to be Jeremiah's principal, because I truly mean this from the bottom of my heart. He is one of the most exceptional young men I've ever met, and he has a handshake. And usually you can't find young people with a good handshake. He has a handshake, and it looks you in your eye, it just makes you believe everything you need to believe about his spirit. So at this time, let's honor Jeremiah for Now, last person is our teacher of the month. I was, once again, when I started, we didn't, as you know, we don't have vice principals, we don't have deans in the district, or at least in the middle school. So I started with a collection of just leaders, people that have certs in the building, whether they're principal certs, supervisor certs, and I was surrounded with a blessed group of people, a group of adults with those certs. And this person came to the middle school in the middle of last year, hit the ground running, helped me build my climate, helped me build culture, also helped myself, helped me as a principal make relationships to my staff that I did not know well. Mr. Grosso not only teaches social studies, he is a phenomenal social studies teacher. He also works with our bilingual students as well, supporting the bilingual classroom. He is also a leader in terms of our lunchroom. He keeps our lunchroom. We have 3 lunches in the middle school. He's there at each and every lunchroom. He creates a climate and a culture within the lunchroom. He runs helps our after school program in terms of our after school detention as well as our lunch detention. He is seen throughout the building, but more importantly, he helps me do the things I need to keep the building full. So at this time, I want to bring up the sponsor of
At this time, we call on Dr. Stoll for the
Good evening, everyone. I am Dr. Lauren Schultz, principal of Thurgood Marshall Elementary School, and every board meeting, if you've been paying attention this year, TMES is on the map to success. Yes, standing for motivated, accountable, and prepared. And I am so excited that this month's Student of the Month was actually the principal's pick, first time in Thurgood Marshall history, for her outstanding dedication and achievements in honoring our MAP mentality. This is also the first time I will be reading off a piece of paper for our Student of the Month because there's that much positive data to share. So our Student of the Month is a 3rd grade student who has a 97% attendance rate this school year, 4 absences, 4 benchmark data. Today at Thurgood Marshall, we had our annual Winter Benchmark Awards program, and she was honored with the highest ELA Lincoln Form B score in the school. In the scoring range from Lincoln ELA Form A to Form B, going from 85% to 88%. She scored 100% proficiency on 4 areas tested on the ELA Lincoln assessment. And her Lincoln growth profile has her at a 45.8 for Lincoln Form B. We're not done. For math from Form A to Form B, she moved from a bubble student on Form A to a meeting grade level expectation student, moving from 43% proficiency to 73% proficiency. She scored 100% proficiency on 3 of the tested math areas on Lincoln Form B, and her Lincoln profile has her at a 30-point increase from Form B. And of course, we cannot forget about irony. For ELA, this student scored in the 92nd percentile and is on meeting grade level expectations. Her Lexile score, this is the mic drop, is a 935, which puts our third grader at the end of fifth grade, beginning sixth grade reading level. And a 94% progress track. For math, she's in the 84th percentile on her winter diagnostic for iReady, and she had a 26 annual typical growth and a 77% progress. This student also, for all of first marking period and second marking period, received meeting and exceeding grade level expectations on her report card, which is standards-based. And now I could say, to speak to her character, she is kind, she is warm. She is truly a model student. I've had the privilege of knowing her since she was in preschool. Her family is wonderful with students in the district. So now I will introduce our fantastic student of the month, Miss Ivy Brown. He's already given me the eyes, chicken. Okay, now for our staff of the month. This staff member received a large role this month by Thurgood Marshall staff. He is well known throughout the district. I can truly say that I do not know a day of working in a building in Asbury Park School District without being blessed to work with him. We have been in every building together at the same time. As his former principal years ago and this year, he had perfect attendance every month for several school years. He is known throughout the community in every building and is always greeted by smiles and hugs for those who know him. I've never heard a negative word about him. Anyone that meets him describes him as kind, funny, lighthearted, dedicated, truly someone who cares about the students and shows up every day with that mentality. He is the heart and soul. Don't do it. He is the heart and soul of Thurgood Marshall Elementary School. He was the heart and soul of Bradley last year when we were here. He was the heart and soul of Thurgood in the years before when we were there. And he will be, I still have not accepted, he knows this, that he is retiring this year. But he will be a huge loss to the district. Will, one of my absolute favorite people, our rock star security officer, Keith Turpin.
My name is Mr. Nunez. I'm the K-12 STEM supervisor stepping in for Ms. Delorme for today's announcements. First person I'm going to bring up or announce is going to be our K-12 special education teacher who took a lot of patience, creativity, heart, and an incredible amount of dedication to her job. This year's every day in her class has been a learning moment and a creative one. Ms. Pagan and her co-teacher, Ms. N, creates a classroom where every child feels safe, valued, and capable. They celebrate small victories, turn challenges into growth, and remind their students and all of us the progress looks different for everyone, and that's okay. Thank you for your compassion, your tireless work, and the love you pour into your students. Thank you for our staff member of the month, Ms. Pagan. This next person I was introduced to standing in the hallway while he was playing guitar in the middle of some random class period. I then came into this cafeteria and seen him singing on benches, stools, getting these kids excited. And it's a real pleasure to have this honor to be able to celebrate him for our staff member of the month. He celebrated what fills our school with joy, our K-12 music teacher, Mr. Trapp. Sorry, Mr. Trapp. In his classroom, whether he was alive, he saw me, or not, it's fine. You know, I'm really finding the boosters, the content, and the something after whether it's clapping, steady, singing proudly, or performing for others. They make every child feel like a star. Thank you for bringing energy and creativity to the school. Normally, I would say that she wears a certain number in our programs, and she's #1 in our hearts. So I'm saving this person last because she brings so much excitement and joy. Her smile is fantastic to see. I don't want to get too far off script, so let me stay back on that. Today we are celebrating someone very special. This student has shown us what it means to be kind, respectful, and ready to learn every single day. This first grader is not only just about reading and math, she's about helping her friends, trying her best, listening carefully, and never giving up. And this student does all of those things with a big smile. So we are proud to honor with all her hard work, positive attitude, and great choices that she makes every day, and a wonderful example for her classmates. So keep shining, and keep bringing and being you every day. Nyla.
Congratulations.
Next, we'll have a review of the 2025 annual comprehensive financial report by our district auditor.
Thank you very much for having me. Congratulations, all the young ladies. One of my favorite things about when we do board presentations is normally that presentation is long first. It's awesome to see celebrate. Thank you very much. My name is Jerry Conley. I'm a partner for Home Attorney Allison. We were engaged by the district to do audit for the school district for the year ending June 30, 2025. We're a little later than normal for the year, for two reasons. One is delays again from the state. These potential information that has to be incorporated into the audit report. The additional delay this year was the Office of Management and Budget from the federal government. We were waiting for them to release called their compliance supplement. So testing that we need to do for federal grants and things, we couldn't finish any of that testing until they released that. They released that like the normal, so it wasn't until like in December when we finally released that year to finish like the rest of our testing. Usually refer people if you're looking for a spot to look in the audit report to get a good synopsis of the actual financials and the numbers. Page 1 is the letter of transmittal, and page 17 is your management discussion analysis. It takes a lot of the numbers and gives a little bit more of the background to it and a little bit more of an explanation of what transpired during the year. They are along with the document, but we do perform these procedures, just making sure that the numbers agree with the financial statements themselves. We do have an unmodified opinion on the financial statements. It's the best that we can get. It says there's no modifications necessary to bring the financial statements into compliance with the new so. We do have an emphasis matter that's highlighted in the audit report. There is a new government accounting standards announcement that had to be implemented by the district this year. Didn't impact just the district, it impacts all governmental entities. Essentially, it's a new way of calculating compensated absences. So nothing that the district did wrong is a new announcement that things like that. One of the areas that I just wanted to point out tonight is fund balance. Obviously, the district is starting to put together the fiscal year 27 budget. It's very important that you know what fund you have available to you. From 24 through 25, fund balance in your general fund decreased about $8.3 million. Left the district with about $8.7 million at year end. Of that 8.7, there was money set aside into about $1.8 million in your various reserves, capital, emergency, and unemployment. There's another about $2.76 million that the district utilized in your fiscal year 26 budget. That's our disclosure there. For about $331,000 of encumbrances, there were goods that were ordered before year end, but they hadn't yet been received. And then you had unassigned fund balance of about $1.167 million. That's the maximum that the district can have. State statutory calculation is about 2% of what your expenditures are. Left the district with an excess surplus of about $1.69 million. So what that means is that money will have to be, is required to be utilized in your fiscal year 27 budget to help balance the budget. All right. In addition to our testing of the financial statements and the regulatory testing that the state asks us to do, we also have an additional layer of testing on both your federal and your state grants, referred to as a single audit. For your federal grants, this year we selected the Child Nutrition Cluster, and on the state grants we've selected the Preschool Education Aid and the SBA capital needs grant. In all of our testing, we did have two findings for recommendation and corrective action. One of which was the counts of the application for state school aid. There were some differences there between the application had and what the on-roll numbers reflected. And then the other one is a common one that we've been seeing a lot since COVID. The school food service fund had excess net cash resources. So coming up with a plan to spend that money down in the food service fund again. One we've been seeing a lot since COVID, with all the extra money that Department of Agriculture is putting into schools. With that, before I turn it over to any questions, I just want to thank Ms. Brown tremendously for her and her office and staff. If nobody's ever had to go through an audit, it's a lot. In addition to your day-to-day responsibilities, being asked by myself and my team constantly for digital documents, for why you do things, or a lot of things. So it's a lot. My wife is an accountant, so I can hear what construction some others are. So thank you very much for everything. It's really appreciated. With that, I'm happy to answer any questions that anybody has.
Any questions?
Copies coming out. Thank you.
think that's it. Thanks so much for your time. All right, next we have public participation. In accordance with Board Policy 0167, the Asbury Park Board of Education recognizes the value of public comment on educational issues and other matters of importance, and provides members of the public with the opportunity to express themselves on school matters of community interest. The public comment portion of the meeting is not a question and answer session, and all public comments shall be directed to the board president as presiding officer of the meeting. Members of the public who wish to make public comments must be recognized by the presiding officer and provide his or her name, municipality of residence, and group affiliation if applicable. All public comments shall be directed to the presiding officer and are limited to 3 minutes in duration. Members of the public who do not follow the foregoing rules and/or interfere with the orderly operation of the board meeting may be removed from the meeting. The public discussion portion of the meeting is now open.
Good evening. My name is Kevin Strickland from Asbury Park at 1109 Second Avenue. And I don't know if you noticed, but there are kids here today that play soccer. Can we give a round of applause? So we drove around the grammar school, we've seen them out shoveling the snow so that we play soccer in their shorts. I did advise them, put on masks on them. So I have to take a minute here. We've been on a journey some period of time, 3 years actually, and I looked up if there was a soccer program that Asbury Park School District had, and they did, and particularly the girls. And the girls lost every game, and they were scoring goals. So that started my interest in trying to help the soccer program in my park. More recently, there was a big meeting where there was a big deficit, and I went to that meeting. And there was a lot of people lining up that said, "What can I do to help?" And so I took that part. So I applied for and received approval from the U.S. Soccer Association, the foundation, to actually build a soccer pitch on Asbury Park School property. So right now, we're waiting, I guess, for the contracts to be approved and for us to move forward. So my request is that we acknowledge that and move forward with that program. And by the way, the value of that, Google it, $150,000. So if you look at this, what I have been said, how important this is maybe to you, rather than just me. Here we go. Thank you so much.
Also, the presentation that we worked, as you guys both have to say, like I say something. Some of these boys, they might not have the confidence to sit in front of you. You got about 20 young men who are willing to sit here for an hour and 25 minutes.
Good evening. My name is Grace Perone from Thomas River.
and I teach self-contained elementary class for grade 3 and 5 at the Vermont Elementary School. I would like to begin by thanking President Asbury, the board, Mr. Edwin Ruiz, Director of Curriculum, and Ms. Queen Taylor, Supervisor of ELA, for bringing the Foundation's Literacy Program to our district. Your support has provided our students with access to a structured, research-based program that is truly making a difference in their reading development. I would like to share a highlight of growth I've seen in my classroom since the implementation of Foundation. At the start of the year, I administered baseline phonics inventory assessments. While learners could identify all letters of the alphabet, many struggled to produce the corresponding sound to match each letter, which is one of the most critical foundational skills for becoming a successful reader. Since implementing Foundation with consistency and fidelity, the growth has been remarkable. Through the program's clear structure and daily routines, my learners have learned letters, sound, correspondences in isolation and are now applying them in meaningful ways. For example, my learners are tapping out individual sounds in CBC words, identifying beginning, middle, and ending sounds, blending those sounds together to produce and read words, as well as using substitute letters to create new words. These are the essential building blocks of literacy. In January, I conducted a mid-year phonics inventory assessment to assess growth. The results were a direct reflection of the program's positive impact. Data collected showed an increase in letter sound correspondences showing improvement, mastery, and retention of 17 out of 21 consonant sounds and 5 out of 5 short vowel sounds. Compared to the beginning of the year's initial baseline phonics inventory assessment, which data results showed 0 out of 21 consonant sounds and 0 out of 5 short vowel sounds of retention prior to the implementation of the program. That is measurable data-driven growth in just a few months. Beyond the data, I see increased confidence. I see students who once hesitated now volunteering to tap and learn words. I see engagement, excitement, and pride. I see students learning while having fun. Foundation provides a predictable, interactive structure that supports all learners, including struggling readers and multilingual learners, and builds strong foundational skills that will carry them forward to be successful individuals. I thank you again for your continued commitment to our students and for investing in the program that truly makes an impact for our student learning population. I appreciate your time this evening. Thank you.
Good evening.
Good evening, everyone. I am speaking tonight on behalf of the Asbury Park Education Association, and for those of you who may not know me, my name is Meg Watkins. I'm from Brick Township, just next year. And I have hardly worked with the district since the year 2002-2003 school year, a long time. Many of you are aware that we are currently at an impasse regarding our contract. And in December, our association voted affirmatively to ratify a mutually agreed upon fair contract with the understanding that we then move forward for board approval. It is important to note that the association agreed to a settlement that is significantly lower than the county average. We made meaningful concessions. We agreed to changes in our health insurance policies that will generate substantial savings for the district. We tightened contract language to provide greater clarity and accountability. We accepted the win language that we need to ensure dedicated blocks of time to better support our students. And yet, here we stand, continuing to work without a contract. Why has there not been a vote? Here are some important facts that deserve recognition. Over the past 2 years, our district has achieved the highest attendance rates for both staff and students. That is no small accomplishment. We have seen student testing scores trending upward, something that should be celebrated. In my building, we did celebrate because growth matters. It is also important to acknowledge that the progress is not accidental. Stability, consistency, professional training, and the implementation of new reading programs, such such as Wonders and Wilson are making a measurable difference in our students' success. Our educators continue to show up every day, committed, prepared, and focused on what is best for the children, even while working without the security of the finalized contracts. We are asking for fairness. We are asking for action. We are asking for a vote. Thank you for your time and attention.
School Asbury Park, President and Executive Director of WCC Historic Innovation Association, formerly known as the Westside Community Center. And I'm here for the town, right? I've been in odd places. I've been on the school board, and I've been in the audience, parent, and I've also been in the contract committee. When I first was a newbie on the board, they threw me to the wolves. And what I've learned here is nobody can be all the way happy, and nobody can all the way be sad. We're about to do and go through some really rough times. And you have to sit down and put, as a whole, put something to pen and paper. It's not going to be everybody happy. I think the president, the current president, spoke about a community meeting to kind of assess what needs to be done. There's going to be cuts. Our taxes are going to go up this year, not because of the school board, but just the way our city and our legislator have treated districts like Asbury Park, Neptune, and other towns. So we're going to have to make some real hard decisions. We're going to have to set some really hard priorities on pen and paper that everybody can agree on and move to. So there's going to be some people unhappy. There's going to be some people hurt. But I had a really great service here a few years ago, and it's about everybody can't have a thumb up, and no, everybody can't have a thumb down. It's about everybody maybe getting that space in the middle. And in the space in the middle, we have hard times, right? There's going to be some unhappiness. There's going to be some times where everybody ain't going to see eye to eye, but everybody coming to the space in fairness, knowing that our kids are first. We have to live, but we have to make sure that this district is around forever, right? As a class of 98, it's a while ago, graduate of Asbury Park High School is important. And also, I don't want to see tricks and divide and conquer, because nothing happens that way, right? They like to have beefs and then clicks and other things that's not productive to the district. It's about everybody working together, because with the board, the staff, the administration, the teachers, the students, the family, that's the only way we're going to pull this out to make a win, right? So that's the only way we can do it, right? Go through the numbers, set priorities, what we want as a community, as a whole, so we can get through these times. And then maybe everybody come together that's in this meeting and go to our city hall and tell the developers we need our money back, right? Or go together and tell the county commissioners we need our money back, and stop raising the taxes every year on a nonsensical APP program, right? With such a profit every year. The school board is the bottom of the soda pole. They can only raise a levy. They can't make any hard decisions except for cuts in places. And that's not fair. We put all the blame on them. There's other people holding millions of dollars back from the community. And we need together, everybody in this room on both sides of the table, go down there and say, give us our money back. So thank y'all, have a good night, and work it out.
All right, good evening, everyone. My name is Asbury, speech therapist at Thurgood, and I reside in Union, New Jersey. First, I'd like to congratulate all the new board members. I'm here today to talk to you. First of all, thank you for investing in the Wilson Reading System. For people who don't know, the Wilson Reading System is a research-based, peer-reviewed, structured, multi-sensory program that helps students decode, encode, and become fluent readers, which subsequently support comprehension and more complex literary skills. It's a program that has evidence of long-term academic success in underserved, diverse populations, and is tailored for diverse learners like our students. I have observed my struggling students develop community awareness, learn to read novice words, break words down, answer questions about vowels, digraphs, and suffixes, and also spell words and create sentences. When we invest in programs and curriculums that are evidence-based, peer-reviewed, supported by the Department of Education, and most importantly, normed on diverse students who look like ours, then we actually give our students a fighting chance at attainable and sustained academic success. So kudos to our third Marshall staff. I encourage the board to continue to support this program, and invest in continued training for the necessary staff. All right, this next part. I've spoken in the past and have always advocated for the rights of our students and staff. With that being said, I'd also like to address something that has come to my attention, and I'll speak for myself, as I always have. When I voice my concerns, whether to this board, administration, or to my colleagues, either on or off the clock, I do it with free will and without influence. No one can make me say anything or do anything that I do not fully and with full confidence want to say or do. I will not be intimidated or bullied, and no one should be for that matter, for what they say or what they have said and who they have said it about, especially if it affects the students, their families, or the staff of this district. The information I provide is based on my experiences, my observations, and conversations with students, families, and our faculty. Lastly, I want to say, it seems like the students and the staff are always the collateral damage. Sorry, may I continue? I have 2 more sentences. Thank you. It seems like the students and staff are always the collateral damage of the afterthought of whatever infighting is happening within or between union team members, the administration, and the board. This infighting should not be a factor in the decision to move forward with approving a ratified contract. Please let us move forward in good faith. Thank you and have a good evening. If you allow me to share with the board some testimonials from students who love the program and wanted to share with the board.
Can you guys hear me? Yeah. Okay. My name is Joe. I'm the only PSL teacher in Thurgood Marshall. The last time I was speaking, my kids the bilingual teacher is very good, but some of you wrote it down. And there's a difference between bilingual and ESL, but I'm not going to say it. But the only thing I want to say, education is not a competition between buildings. I'm going to read that again. Education is not a competition between buildings. When we start comparing and paying schools against each other, then we divide the district. That's supposed to be for our students. Again, the keyword is our students. I tested 40 students by myself with the access, not the money. I have to do what I have to do. I come to work. I don't even while I was sick since September. Why? Because I want my kids. We don't have a reading specialist at Thurgood. Other buildings, they have more. But we don't complain. We fill the gap. We do what we have to do. Why? Because we have to be best leaders. And she's leading the building. We're striving. So let us do what we have to do for the kids. We are losing this every day. So don't make it a competition among us. Don't, go and say this one is doing better, this one is not. We're all supposed to support each other. As Holly, I've been called a mean girl. I wouldn't be about it. I'm not this year. I'm not. But But don't do that, because I'm not doing it. I do what I have to do. I go to work, I do my work. Do not make us compete against each other. Because we're not suffering, the kids will be the one. So let's do what we have to do for the kids. Okay, thank you for your speaking.
Any other comments? All right.
Susan Menahan, 30 Bridge Street, Asbury Park. I just want to thank you folks for having that committee as a whole meeting a few weeks ago. I thought it was really informative. If you could put on the website or publicize somewhere the dates that those meetings will continue to be. I know March 19th is a budget meeting, but there were also other budget meetings that I didn't write down. So if you can publicize the dates so we know how, that would be great. Thanks.
All right, any other comments? Okay, thank you very much. That concludes public participation. And next is the superintendent's report, Mr. Trevino.
Yes, thank you. So, thank you for helping me out. I have nothing to elaborate on some of the comments tonight that you and first of all, staff attendance. So we have first staff attendance for the entire district is at 93%. Student attendance is at 94%. Okay, 93% is fantastic. I'll talk about the rest of the team. Rest of the team this year, advanced the second year of the school history. Before falling to the eventual Brooklyn State champion, Del Valle, for Delaware Valley Regional High School. We also set a new school record in 17 movie victories. Adding to the excitement, 3 freshmen also each have surpassed 25 wins heading into this competition this weekend at Wall High School. The bowling team also made history, reaching the South Jersey semifinals for the first time ever, shortly to the top seed Canton Catholic High School. Team showed tremendous improvement throughout the season, raising their team average from 700 to the impressive 1,021. I'm not sure what that means in bowling, but in their third-round victory was sure a new program record. Congratulations to both teams on landmark seasons and continued success. Now, there were some comments about what we are doing. But before we go there, we'll talk about where the state and the federal government is going with the science of reading. The science of reading, they had a meeting in Washington, D.C. to discuss the new movements, the new research on how reading should be taught to elementary school students. And we are currently doing that in one of our buildings, and reading scores are through the roof. I actually sent an email to you this afternoon, I'm not sure, I sent it to everybody except for you indicated emails, but it was a second here. And you guys really should look at what we're doing already, and not to mention the new Commissioner of Education is a proponent of what we are doing with our reading program at Reddy Elementary School, which is fantastic. Yes.
That's the Wilson.
No, you fly. You fly. And so again, the Department of Education will be moving towards that because they're actually using us as a model. I want to make that clear moving forward. Also, you never hear some good things, and we have a letter from Dr. George Jackson. He's from the Department of Education. This is to the middle school. Dear Denver, thank you again for the opportunity to visit Dr. M.L. Pedro Middle School today. It is always a pleasure to spend time on your campus. Today's visit was both inspiring and productive, and I left feeling encouraged about the continued momentum of your work. I gained an even deeper understanding of how your structure and resources are being thoughtfully used to meet student needs, and it was great to see how staff and stakeholders at every level pull together to support the students. I'm impressed by the way your team works together to get the job done. It is great to see how SIA funds are being used to support both academic and social emotional needs, from the student park plan to teach rock plan to the high impact tutoring and extended day teaching and learning opportunities. These investments are visible and meaningful for the students. Your climate and culture continues to grow in ways that build teacher efficacy, lift up student voice, and keep everyone aligned around student-centered goals for teaching and learning. It's also affirming to see that student outcomes are improving as you continue reaching your goals. The drop in chronic absenteeism and the strong student and staff attendance rates speak volumes about a school environment where people want to be and feel supported. That's a direct reflection of your leadership and your team's collective commitment. Your data outcomes are telling a promising story. I brag about you and your school wherever I go, and I'm proud of the progress you and your staff are making. You are making a difference. Your creative approach to leveraging staff strengths is clearly moving the school forward. Thank you as well for your feedback on the ASB curriculum tab today. It is greatly appreciated. I am grateful for our partnership and hope look forward to my visits. Please extend my appreciation to your team. All the best. Dr. Joy P. Jackson, Continuous Improvement Specialist, Office of Comprehensive Support, Division of Education Services, New Jersey Department of Education. I turn it back to Nancy. I know you did I have told you that the entire board. Please don't respond back.
Thank you. I think shortly thereafter we were, yes, we advised not to send you. So I appreciate you giving the update. I think this is a much better form that way everyone can hear. So thank you for that, Mr. Davis. All right, next is the state monitor's report.
Yeah, thank you. A brief report. As you may know, the governor's budget address got pushed back to March 10th, which means the numbers will be released on 2 days after that, on March 12th. Tentative budgets are due counted by the 27th, we are coordinating the 26th, so we should hit that mark. But interestingly, today the governor had a press conference to just make people aware of the structural, the state's budget challenges with some of their surplus going on. So they're going to be up against it as well. Nothing specific, but certainly something to keep our eyes on as we go into budget address and easy to make our decisions. So that's where we stand on that. That's all I have.
Any questions, Mr. Boyce? I'm so sorry. Are there any questions for Mr. Perdino as well?
Yeah.
No? Sorry about that. All right, thank you, everyone. Thank you, Mr. Boyce. We can move on to the agenda. For beginning first with the acceptance of minutes, we're going to table items 10A and 10C on page 82. Those will be distributed at the beginning of our next meeting, and we'll address those at our committee of the whole meeting on March 18th. Do I have a motion to approve the remaining minutes?
I'll make a motion to approve A2 number 10B, the minutes of January 27th.
I'll second it. Questions or discussion? All set? Any comments, questions, discussion? Okay, hearing none. Please, roll call, please. Ms. Blackton? Yes. Next item on the agenda is the 26-27 district calendar. Do we have a motion? Sorry. Questions, comments, discussion? Are there any changes? This is for next year, Mrs. Brown. Hearing none, roll call please. Ms. Lassiter? Yes. Ms. Bozeman? Yes. Mr. Larrock?
Yes.
Dr. Russell? Yes. Ms. Morris? Ms. Engel? Yes. Ms. Riggs? Yes. Ms. Zensky? Yes. Ms. Atkins? Yes. Next, we have the monthly agenda report.
For the month of February, and I must add that, a lot of some of these incidents carried over for January, so we had to pull them out in February. There were 8 instances, 5 were founded, 3 were unfounded, and counseling services were, given to those students, and the code of conduct was, accept the agenda.
Questions, comments, discussion? Roll call please. Ms. Lassiter? Yes. Ms. Bozeman? Yes. Mr. Larrock?
Yes.
Dr. Russell? Yes. Ms. Morris? Yes. Ms. Engel? Yes. Ms. Riggs? Yes. Mr. Zensky? Yes. Ms. Atkins? Yes. Thank you. All right, next we have the agenda items on B1 through B3. Motion to approve consent agenda for B1 through B3. A second. Comments, questions, discussion?
Some more information with regard to the new position that we're doing at March at the middle school. Working on that.
Let's see on B1.
That's IEP driven. When it's a one-on-one, it's IEP driven.
Thank you. My other request for more information, I don't know if it can be done, is kind of a personnel area, but we're seeing the retirement that want to be managed mainly if there was personal considerations related to maybe having more information why the retirement is processed. Plan on it, and I don't know if anything can be, anything can go into regard to that.
So, Mr. LaRocque, while I can't comment on that individual employee, I can tell you that from my experience over the years, when retirements are rescinded, it can be done for various reasons, including when someone looks to see what their pension credit is, et cetera. And so they may rescind for that purpose. I'm not speaking though specifically with regard to this individual, because I don't know the circumstances, nor can we really discuss them in public.
Well, we can't say that's evaluated, and that was on the now it's on the list.
I think you're asking, have we addressed the fact that we were anticipating a vacancy? Now that vacancy is no longer there.
The vacancy, we would have to fill that vacancy, staff member, but also understand, you cannot ask the staff member why they're retiring or why they're not retiring, so that answers the question. You can't ask that. Yeah, there would be vacancy, we would have to fill it, but now we don't have to fill it, this individual is coming back.
Okay, so yeah, I think the question is, so, this individual notified us they were retiring. Have we already filled their position or are we still?
No.
Okay. Does that answer your question, Council? It wasn't a situation where they were retiring, there was a vacancy, we filled the vacancy, now they're not retiring. We haven't filled, there's nothing, it's a net zero basically, it's all, correct. Does that answer your question? Sorry, I'm trying to break it now. Okay. Any other comments, questions? All right, roll call please. I think you're reaching your own office, so you're right there about that.
But you kill me if you don't, give a shout out to Ms. Esposito for number 9, your colleagues. Yeah.
We're learning.
All right, anything else? Roll call please.
Ms. Leffman? Yes. Ms. Ocean?
Yes.
Yeah.
Dr. Hudson? Yes. Ms. Morris? Yes. Ms. Ramos? Yes. Rich? Yes. Ms. Dempsey? Yes. Yes.
All right, next we have consent agenda, and recommendations. Page C1 through C3. Comments, questions, discussion?
I just have a question on number 9, the facilities. It said on the application, it's a tuition fee, is it paying tuition fee or? Okay, so it's all right. I turn. Yeah, Ms. Burns. For number 9, there was a commitment fee on the application. I asked Mrs. Brown if the commitment fee, and she said yes.
As chairperson of the athletic committee, I did ask, Mrs. Knowledge suggested that we use the same format that we use for our Little League and they locked out. And so, I told him I was going to bring it up and I was going to ask him to explain it.
Yeah, so when people comes in here, we're already staffing the building, so we're not paying anybody to come in. We have people work here Tuesday through Saturday, so this building is covered Monday through Saturday. So there's no extra, it doesn't cost us anything. You're here already. That's one.
I guess my question was, I guess there was using that 0%. But I know the football league makes a small donation for something, so I'm sure if they make a small donation, we can find something in that facility to use it for. But the other thing is that it was super extended period of time, from now until November, and we are 100% sure that we're not going to need those facilities anytime between now and then.
So whenever someone puts in for these facilities, they know that we come first. So we can just say you can't do it. And they understand that.
Is there a motion or? to approve. Is there a motion to change anything about that one?
Sorry, guess I got a little confused on the $1,000. Are we saying we're just going to do it for now? Is that?
That's how it is on the agenda right now. We're waiting on 6,300. 6,300 and then you get $400 payment, right?
I'm fine, I'm not mistaken as well.
You don't want to make changes. We're going to wait and see. All right, any other comments, discussion? Roll call, please. Ms. Lapham. I'm so sorry, Mr. Rose.
One other question on the agenda, travel and professional development, is that purely local, the travel? Oh, I'm sorry, the C3 number 8. I want to know the travel as a or
It looks like the gifts are all put into terms that's in the list, right?
The first, City, Atlantic City. They're all local.
Yeah.
Well, they're all in here. Yes. Ms. Lapham?
Yes, that's to all except no, that's to.
Can't hear you. You can't hear you, I'm sorry.
Yes, that's to all except no as to C1A as a base policy.
Ms. Roseman?
Yes.
Mr. Larrabell?
Yes.
Dr. Monson? Yes. Ms. Morris? Ms. Ramos? Yes. Ms. Ricks? Yes. Mrs. Kennedy?
Yes.
Ms. Jackson? Yes.
I'd like to make a motion to close this meeting at 8:10 p.m.
All in favor of adjourn? Aye.